The launch of Sputnik in 1957 kicked off the space race, and the number of satellites in space has grown ever since, and in recent years it's really taken off like a rocket. There are more than 3,300 operational satellites buzzing around up there. But they are not alone. They orbit in the midst of a giant cloud of debris. Rocket boosters, protective shields, old broken satellites and more. Around 10,000 objects that are large enough to be tracked by radar. They are uncontrolled and they are moving very, very fast. The quickest low-altitude orbits circle the Earth 16 times a day. A collision with one of these means instant obliteration into countless shards. And speaking of shards, there may be over 100 million pieces of debris so small that they can't be tracked.
Making matters worse, scientists now believe those pieces of debris are going to increase exponentially. Why? Because of climate change. Hello everybody, I'm David Shuster and thanks for watching. While a loose screw or paint chip may seem harmless here on Earth, at an average orbital speed of 7 kilometers per second, they can carry as much energy as a cannonball. So for the safety of anybody who wants to travel into the upper atmosphere, ride the International Space Station, or go further, limiting space debris is important. The main force for getting rid of space debris is our own atmosphere. More on that in a second. First though, imagine if the trash collection crew for your street, without changing the truck size or hauling capacity, transitioned from 1 pickup a week to 1 every 2 weeks. Now imagine a transition to 1 pickup a month. How about once every 6 months? Then once every year. The garbage and trash in your house and on the street would pile up exponentially. Well, that is what our children will be looking at in their lifetime with space junk. A new study presented recently by the European Space Agency estimated the amount of space debris orbiting Earth will increase 50 times by the year 2100. Our planet's atmosphere naturally pulls orbiting debris downward and incinerates it in the thicker lower atmosphere. But increased carbon dioxide is causing the atmosphere to become less dense, which means it won't burn debris as effectively. The upper atmosphere has already lost about 21% of its density since the year 2000. The new research says the atmosphere could lose 80% of its density by the year 2100 if CO2 levels double, as some scientists are predicting. For space junk, the implications are stark. Never mind the paint chips, loose screws, and tiny debris from every rocket and satellite launch. There are more than 2,500 discarded objects larger than 4 inches currently orbiting Earth. If these objects take 40 years to disintegrate instead of the current average of 10, the number of objects by 2100 will proliferate 50 times to about 125,000. Even in a best case scenario where carbon dioxide levels stabilize or even reverse, the amount of debris the next 80 years is still expected to double. It all means that if we continue the pace of leaving dead satellites and machinery discarded in Earth's orbit and don't cut back on CO2, future generations will face a major problem. Leaving Earth to get to space could become so dangerous, it could be impossible.